Hello, my name is Chelsea, and this is Sally, and we're here to give you your recap for episode 15, Playing Catch Up. Our Mountain Dews are safely home again after their adventures into the 8th ring of hell. After a well-earned sleep, the Dews get accustomed to the new additions to the house. In the garden, a patch of interesting and useful mushrooms have sprouted. Even curiouser, a rust-colored beetle with cordyceps growing on its back is tending to them. Gathering for breakfast, they find Set Lolly preparing a traveler's pack for a several-day-long journey. While they were in hell, Yvonne had moved the house into the desert, near Set Lolly's monastery, so she wanted to visit. Instead of having her travel on foot, Philip suggests they should simply move the house closer. Why have a house with legs if you're not going to use it, am I right? Oh. After a quick check-in with Yvonne, the group splits up to perform their day's activities. Click Whistle asks Liam if he would train her in his sharpshooting techniques to help her in the battles to come. This training earned her a new feat and some new insight. Nameless discussed the little mushroom beetles, named Noggles beetles, with Yvonne, who also showed her a diagram for a special bow that she found in one of the library's books. They're used by the bronze wolves of Angmar and are made from the trees of that forest. Yvonne theorizes that the thing that made these trees special was their connection to the veil, so truly, any magical tree has potential to work.
Thank you. I'll get you some beetles. I have to get somebody a flower anyways. I hope you have a good day.
Philip, with Set Lolly in tow, returned to Ulankar to tie up a few loose ends. On the trip down, Set Lolly tells Philip of her broken relationship with her family, her people's violent and zealous history, her escape from home, and how she came to the monastery of Dolra that saved her life. The visit to the Rovaks earned Philip a scolding for his blatant lack of understanding of the Reikian politics. The Rubicon may have ceded the Fratifuller debt, but it is incredibly unwise to move against their power. The Rovaks will keep an eye on Philip's development before they will pledge to make a deal with the Fratifullers. At the Thorgals estate, they receive a much friendlier encounter. Philip is given a letter from Lorethka, their mining company friend from Sistet. The letter congratulated them, as well as promised drink and merriment when they returned. The dwarf also warned against crossing the Rubicon, but not to worry too much. They like to play the long game. After getting directions to the Hellpike family's weapon shop, Philip and Set Lolly go hunting for a new war pick. There, Philip is shown one honed by laser to a keen point.
And you strike into the armor and it just completely sunders it, breaks in, and hits into the dummy. And at the sound of the metal creaking, he just
You did a real good job on this one.
You as well.
After absolutely exploding a dummy with it, he can't help but buy it. The group then heads to Sisted to check in with Lorethka, who invites them for promised drinks that evening. Liam broke off to visit our favorite sexy drow, Nerith, who coyly grilled him for being away for 4 months with no notice. Learning that they had encountered an ice devil, Nerith gave Liam a small charm of warding. Devils are not to be trifled with, especially once they know your face. Liam showed off his new lodestone eye and got news of the blossoming conflict between Grania and Bovasia, a country to the south. As they walked through the streets of Sisted, Clickwhistle's assassin senses started to tingle. There was someone following them. Using a quick bait and switch, Clickwhistle was able to ambush their stalker, a member of her criminal guild called the Crimson Dawn.
You catch them super off guard, and you're able to kind of chuck him in and put him up to the wall. And it's this very pale half-elf male who is slender, but he's got on a cloak as well, and it's been put up. And but as you put him against the wall, the hood falls down. He's got this white hair, and he's also in leather, studded leather. And you see as you put him up against the wall, you see the cloak flash a little bit, and you see knives kind of lined in his rib cage.
The half-elf introduced himself as Vestra and told her she was a wanted bird after flaking on her last job. Now she had a choice: take a new assignment from the Dawn, or she and her friends would face the repercussions. She accepted and was terribly surprised at the target. After a muttered curse, Clickwhistle joined the others, all except Nameless, who were heading to see Daphne. In Daphne's office, the Dews learn all about the tensions between Grania and Bovasia. Someone had attacked the southern city of Korhal. an important trade town on the border of two countries. No one had taken credit yet, but Bovacia was highly suspect. Daphne has her doubts though, as the attack was suspiciously brazen. With tensions talk subsided, Philip mentioned how, in Hell, he had wished to be a fully immovable powerhouse in battle so that he could better protect his friends. He was hoping that Daphne, a fellow paladin, could give him some advice. She jumps at the chance to be active, dancing in circles around him and beating the lesson into him. Literally. He was now a sentinel. Back at the mansion, Nameless journeyed to the Expanse to connect to the Veil. If any magical tree could work, why not the one that powers their home? After asking permission, the tree gifted her the perfect branch, which she ritualized and strung tightly, even adding a piece of her shawl. After reconnecting the bow to the natural world, it sprung to life and sprouted a lovely white lily. Later that night at the Thorgal party, Clickwhistle pulled Liam and told him of her predicament. Her new target was somebody with a personal connection to Liam, and she wanted his permission before taking the next step. They began to formulate a plan, before heading back inside to drown their worries in dwarven beer. Now you're all caught up! Tune in this week to see what happens on The Natural Ones.